Eddie, go
Said a
on.
big word. They say it's a big L. Why? Give us your opinion.
It's a loss for the justice system. The justice system made a decision, however many years ago, right? And all of a sudden now you got, not all of a sudden, but you came back around. You had the audacity to send this thing abroad to come back again, and now you're going against your original your original call. The prosecutors are part of the whole conspiracy of it, because all of a sudden you had a trial that was the most important trial in Jamaica forever and ever, and all of a sudden you can't find none of the evidence that you were given. What is that about? So it's an absolute loss for the justice system. Him deserve for their prison. There's no doubt about that.
So
Whether
do
you
you
have the
feel
evidence or
do
not.
you feel the justice system was just pretty much just tired and it's like, yo, you know what? Just let them out.
It's almost what it is. Don't want to spend
Yeah,
any more
that's
money
part
and
of
just
it.
say fuck it and let them out. You get what I mean? Yes, they were wrong because the judge was wrong. We understand the judge was wrong from the get-go because you did know that the man was their attempt was made or whatever it was. So you should have did kick him out. Now the excuse that you give to say that you were already the I think what they said the jury pool was already diminishing. They didn't have enough people or whatever he chose to say, the judge. But once again, you know you was making a mistake from then. So you
Right.
should have been told, not the next guy. Whoever amount of people you need for told. If at 10, all it would have mean it was a delay. It would have meant a delay in the it would have meant a delay in the proceedings. But that's all you really should have
Stick
done.
up
But once again,
thing.
for you to go through all of this now, and you have a guilty man in prison, you locked him up for all these years, and then Jamaica is so stupid for us to be going on and carrying on all about it. First of all, you shouldn't allow the man for record not even half a tune
Well,
in a prison.
I agree with that. That the liberties that were given, that somebody may say that's influence and money right there. But I want to
It's
turn
all
to our
influence and
comment.
money.
Frankie Chulo, always with an insightful comment. What this proves is that the American justice system is not the only one that needs realigning. The Jamaican justice system can use some fine tuning as well. And I think this is a clear
Definitely.
intention of not an attempt, because them have to eat plenty crow, you know, them have to yam drunk crow over this one to say free cartel. Their backs against the wall from 13 years of, you know, if this was a business, it would be gross mismanagement. Right?
Once again, one of the things that as you talk about the Jamaica justice system, as a good studied friend of mine told me, reminded me today, is that part of Jamaica problem that they don't have a what you would call a final court. You get what I mean? So this whole justice system of sending away cases to the Privy Council to be discussed and argued is garbage. Jamaica doesn't have a final court to come to a decision. They're
We're
trying
not
to
the
use the
only
Caribbean
ones. We're
court.
not the only ones.
No, you don't. But you do have the Caribbean Council or whatnot need to come together. So what if the British tomorrow were to get up and decide that? Because this is not a part of the Jamaican Constitution. The British could write this.
That has been discussed for
But it could be right. It could be
that
written.
framework
It
to
could be written
happen.
out tomorrow. It could be written out tomorrow. Now, what kind of country are we if we can't make our own decision? We are send these things abroad and all of that. You get what I mean?
This
So
is
once
true.
again, and it's not even I'll go as far as to say the only flaw in the system, which has tentacles, is that the system is corrupt. You get me? The system is corrupt.
So
We know
Now,
that.
how could you have the most important? How could you have the most important case in a Jamaican recent history? Use the word recent history, and all of a sudden, no, less than 13 years later, you can't find the quote unquote evidence, paperwork, whatever that you were given by the defense, so you can retry the person. Once
Jenny,
again, you just decide to give up, as Patrick just said. You just say, give up. All right, screw it. We spent enough money. We take this money that you're giving me now and and whatnot, and let
Yeah.
let out
now
the
I'm
man. And Jamaica
gonna
carry
say
on
two
and carry on and
words.
carry on. It's a joke.
Two
so positive
words.
vibes.
Third world country and corruption.
No, 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 no,
Wait, wait,
Stacy,
wait.
but
Let me
Stacy,
wait, wait.
don't
Let
ever,
me
Don't
don't
finish.
ever,
say that.
Please let
don't
me
ever
finish.
use the word. You cannot
Let
speak
me
anymore. At
finish.
any time you start to
Let me
describe Jamaica as
finish.
a third world country, I will not have a
Let me
conversation.
finish.
Do not use the
Let,
term third world. I
let
can't make you finish.
me
I
finish.
cannot make you
Yeah, I
finish.
said
Do not use the
you did
term
not even hear
third
what I
world
was gonna
country. I cannot
say.
listen. I
Well,
cannot
Okay.
well,
listen.
then
I
you
All right.
can
cannot
mute
listen. I
yourself
cannot
then.
listen.
So
I
You can
cannot
mute
listen.
yourself then.
I cannot listen.
Well, you can mute
I
yourself. I welcome you
cannot
to
listen.
mute yourself.
okay, hold on.
Okay, my point that I did not get to say is third world country and corruption are those two terms almost always synonymous
Stacey,
in many cases.
go look
Are
up
they?
the origin of the
Are
word
they?
third world. Go look up the origin of the word third world country before you start describing Jamaica as third world country.
Did I
All
say
right?
Jamaica? Did
Please
I say
don't sign
Jamaica?
on to
You
that.
don't even let me stop finish. Sir,
I
let
tell you,
me
I can't make you
finish.
finish when you're using the term third world country. I cannot make you
I saw.
finish. I
Hello,
cannot
hello,
make you finish.
hello. This
I
is called
cannot make
talk the
you finish.
business.
If you're
I'm
going to
gonna
describe
talk
the
the
third
business.
world
So may I
country,
talk the
please know the
business.
history of the term
So
third world country.
whatever you want to get incited over the world, third world, thank you. I understand that. I understand and I respect that train of thought. I didn't say it. I didn't believe it. But you must understand the framework that the world wants to see you in. And the world, whether you agree with it or not, may frame Jamaica as a third world country.
No, only
Third world,
America, not the
third,
world. Only
hello,
America, not the world.
it's not
America.
just America.
America
It's not
is
just
an
America.
American
It is
term.
defined as such.
America.
So whether you want to get up in your feelings and
America.
get over your feelings, the point I'm trying to make is that there is usually a synonymous connotation made with corruption and a quote unquote third world country. I don't want to define Jamaica as the third world, but
But you are though. But you
other
are.
eyes too. So you cannot be blind to what the
But
rest of the world
you
sees.
are. But
In
you are. You say
order,
you cannot, but you
you
are.
cannot,
How can
you
you be on
can't
both
turn your
sides?
back on it.
How can you be on
Okay.
both sides? You
Yeah.
cannot, but you are.
Um.
How do you do that?
Chedi.
Hold on, guys. Time
Anyway,
out. Let me time out. Let me just say this real quick. There's a couple of comments on here that we need to address. Positive Vibe says, "Does it really matter? We should just move
Holy,
past whatever
the light
happened."
would have spared, because me I complain about the man in picture. And
So it says. So it says. Let me repeat it again. Positive Vibes 08 says, "Does it really matter? We should just move past whatever happened. The justice system is backwards, even in the U.S." That's what one
what
of the comments. Big
my
up
point is
Positive
whether I
Vibes.
agree with framing Jamaica as third world or not is neither here nor there. I'm looking at the glasses that many other people are looking at Jamaica and we are framed as third world. You may not like it, you don't want to admit to it, whatever, but we are from many other perspectives. And the connotation that comes with third world is corruption. We as Jamaicans agree that everything, our political system, our policing system, our economic system, it is riddled with corruption. So to see something as pivotal as our legislative and our judicial system today try to do something that is not corrupt, that is trying to right a wrong, is something to be commendable today on judicial
Hold on.
system.
Okay, so can I ask you this? So you believe that they righted a wrong today?
exactly.
No,
Did they?
the, they
Did
had no
they
choice
right
but
a
to
Yes
wrong?
do
or
this.
no? Did they right or wrong?
Did they right the wrong?
They had crow and had to do what was supposed to be done a
But
long
that's
time
still not
ago.
righting a wrong. Answer the question, please.
It's doing what they had to do. They
But
had no
that
alternative.
that do, but that doesn't mean that they were righting a wrong.
Okay,
They
bad
did
choice.
what they had
Okay,
to do.
all
Doesn't
right. Take away
doesn't
that
mean that.
choice of words because it should have been done a long time ago. It was necessary. It had to be done.
What was it?
It was necessary.
So, Stace, that's your opinion then, correct?
It
So,
was
Stacey, why was it
necessary.
necessary? Why was it necessary?
Because the road, because it everything everything about the case from the prosecution not having evidence, as you say, all these loopholes with music being made and this evidence can't find and jury pool modeling and all of those things that were done incorrectly, right? Not allowing for what should have occurred when these things happen in the world in a forward progressive legislative system. Our Jamaican system never did what they were supposed to do and say, you know what, prosecution, you mess up. Whether or not think him guilty or not, there are technicalities and there are things that cannot allow for this man to be jailed for so long.
So
Then it left our
Savvy,
shores and went to the Privy Council. The judicial system had no choice but to do this. That should have been done a long time ago.
wait a minute, Stace. Let me just read this couple of comments here. This is what she said.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's not get caught up on the semantics of me saying right or wrong. My point is that it had to be done because it was incorrectly done for year upon year upon year upon year.
Okay, Frankie
No,
also
it didn't.
says,
It didn't have to be done either. It didn't have to be. It's just a choice that they
A
made. They
wrong
made a
choice,
choice.
a wrong choice.
They made a choice to not go deeper into that bucket. Okay? All right.
Or again, Chris,
right.
or again.
So,
You can say or again.
and again. So some people may look at it as, okay, right, they decided to just end the madness because they already knew that 13 years ago they started off on the wrong foot. But I mean, it really doesn't look good for the justice system any angle you take it from.
It
No matter
doesn't. So
which
now
angle.
now you have a choice. You're gonna continue. You can't be. Listen. Let's put it in plain English without prettying up anything. You can't continue to be wrong and strong. You cannot be wrong and strong.
Yes, you
No,
can.
you
That's
cannot.
because,
You are a
oh my,
legal system. You're a justice system.
but that is what they did when they started the
But it does
process.
not make
Of
it
course,
the right
wrong and strong
due
from day
process.
one.
But that is not
They were wrong
following the
and
right
strong
legal due
from
process,
day
Chris.
one.
okay, one at a time, guys, one at a time. So Frankie just said
They
that
were
they
one.
basically, hold on, Chris, sorry. Frankie says that they basically had to let this go as they screwed it up in the first place. They
Right.
took the L on this.
I'm waiting. Well, they didn't have to let it go if they didn't lose the evidence. They could have tried his dumbass again and kept him in prison. You get me? So it's not so much that they had to let him go. But how do you convince me now, when you talk about the justice system and the corruption, how do you not convince me? How do you convince me now that not having evidence to retry him is not part of the corruption? How do you convince me of that? You're saying fix the situation by whatnot, by saying, okay, we made a mistake, let him go. You get what I mean? So now all you're doing there now is just saying, all right, fuck it. It's been long enough. It's 13 years served. Let him out. You
I
get me?
disagree. I don't say that there isn't some frustration with not being able. If me convince him that man ya do the thing, I'm gonna try everything in my power not to make him get out of jail. But I've done so many missteps in trying to do so that at this point I have nothing to fall back on.
But why give away your one chance to go again?
What chance?
Okay, so you didn't have the evidence. Go back and do the investigation all over again. All you have to say is, boom, retrial. Whether you have one piece of evidence or not.
Do you
All you have to
do
do
you think
is
if
say,
they had enough to
retrial.
retry that we wouldn't be in a retrial? Talk the truth.
Say that again. You think what?
If there was enough solid evidence
Yes.
for a retrial, solid that can convince the judge to go to a retrial, you don't think that we would be in retrial right now?
Listen, all you need to have a retrial is to say we're going to try this dude again. You get what I mean? And you
That
go
is
back
not
and fetch
enough
the
because
evidence
they know
from
you're
wherever
really
you
wrong
have
and
the
strong.
evidence. This is mine. You know, all you have to do is go and fetch the evidence and go retry the man. That's all it took. That's all it would have taken.
But the
He gave up.
point I'm trying to say is you have mucked it up so much that I am not convinced that there's enough evidence to go for a retrial. So you're gonna tell me you're gonna waste more Jamaica money for go because you get a chance to go for a retrial if you don't have the evidence? That is pride and wrong and strong. That is not justice. That is idiocy. That is foolishness.
Listen.